changed paces from the fast and furious Jackie from earlier on in the day. Now it's going to be all about who can lift heavy weights. The athletes will have 7 minutes to establish a 3-rep max of overhead squats. So, Josh, the weight starts on the ground. First hurdle, they've got to get that weight overhead. Then the second hurdle is completing 3 overhead squats at that weight. So they have a choice on where they can start. What are their choices?
Yeah, so their choices for starting weights are either 85 pounds, 125, 155, or 175 pounds.
And event number 2 for the women's competition is underway, and there is Lori Smith. She's starting in with that heaviest weight. We talked about the strategy here. 175 pounds is her opening lift, so she must complete 3 reps at that weight, or she will not be able to advance in the competition.
So she really needs to work on staying upright and tight with those shoulders here. Allow those big thighs right there to do the work for you. If you got the bar in position, you can drive with those legs, and she's got some legs on her.
Tiffany Hendrickson opens with 175 pounds. And Josh, what do you focus on when you're doing this lift?
It's all about stability. It's getting that bar in the proper spot, balanced over your midline, over the center of your foot, maintaining an upright torso and tight shoulders pushing up on that bar.
Colleen Marr from Front Range CrossFit in Denver, Colorado, has already completed 3 reps at 175 and now is jumping up to 180. Josh, do you think that in order to win this event, an athlete has to start at that heaviest choice, 175?
Yeah, no doubt. You've got to start at 175 if you want to be in the top 3, probably even top 5 in this event. Starting lighter than that at the 155 mark, you're simply not going to have enough time. It's probably going to take you at least a minute to change out the weights, get the weight up into position, and complete the 3 overhead squats. So you're looking at best 7, 8 sets to complete. Probably most people will only get 4 or 5 attempts in. So you need a good starting weight, which is 175, to be able to progress up that quickly to get to the heavier weights, upwards of 200 pounds.
Colleen Marr, she starts in on 3 reps at 180 pounds, and she's got 1. There is 2. She's looking really solid. What are the judges looking for here, Josh?
So we're looking for hip crease to get below the knee and then come up to full extension at the top.
Here's Whitney Capalucci as she starts in on 180 pounds. Now, if they step off that platform, you saw her take a couple steps forward and stop real fast. She does not want to step off that platform, or she will get a no rep.
She's another athlete on paper should do well here. She's got the heaviest snatch, at least self-reported, coming into the movement, and you receive the snatch in an overhead squat.
So okay, she does get 3 reps at 180, so Whitney Capalucci is helping out her chances to move up on the leaderboard. Tiffany Hendrickson, as she's focusing on getting all 3 overhead squats at 180 pounds. She is successful at that. There's Lori Smith in lane number 2.
I believe that's 180 pounds she has on. She needs to stabilize, tighten up, stay focused. Open the eyes, open the eyes. She made it despite closing the eyes. But when you close your eyes, you lose your focus point and your balance. So just like being on a beam on gymnastics, you want to stare at a point straight ahead to maintain your balance and stability and whereabouts. You want to do the same thing on these overhead squats. She got away with closing her eyes on that last one, but she needs to keep them open in the future.
All right, Whitney Capalucci adds 5 more pounds onto the bar. She got 3 at 180. So did Colleen Marr. So some of these women are going heavy.
Yeah, Colleen Marr needs to do well here. She finished 8th in the first event. That's a lot of points for her, as she was the winner, overall winner of the Southwest Regional last year. She needs to do well here if she wants to move up and have a shot to defend her title.
We are at the halfway mark in this workout, in this event. They have 7 minutes to establish a 3-rep max. Whitney Capalucci, as she starts in on 185 pounds. And these women are really going neck and neck, moving up in those 5-pound increments virtually at the same time. So the best lift of the day that these women are hoping to best was set by Sarah Butler. She got 1 rep at 190 pounds. So once they meet the minimum requirements of getting 3 overhead squats at their opening lift, then every single rep that they do after that will count and help them in their as they advance up the leaderboard.
Yeah, so if somebody can get 190 for 2 reps, they would move ahead of Sarah Butler.
Exactly.
We see Whitney get 3 reps at 185 there.
Tiffany Hendrickson, and she has 185 pounds overhead. We'll see if she can get all 3 reps. She's got 1 in the bank, and there is 2. The judge standing right on top of things as she gets 3, and you can tell she's happy with that effort. Got a smile on her face. Lori Smith, our Olympic hammer thrower.
Trying to stay up there with the leaders here.
Doing a good job with it, but she's starting to struggle, and so she'll get 2 reps at 185. She didn't get that third.
Closes the eyes, loses the balance. Keep the eyes open, focus on something straight ahead, and concentrate on maintaining that weight up over the head.
Okay, we could see the heaviest lift of the day. Right now it's at 190 pounds for 1 rep. If these ladies, Colleen Marr in the blue, Front Range CrossFit, if she can get 2 reps, she will jump into the lead overall in this event here at the Southwest Regional.
Colleen needs this. She needs this to keep her hopes alive to defend her championship.
As she locks it in, staying focused, just like you talked about, Josh. She has 1, so she's tied the heaviest lift of the day. And there is 2. She's just taken the lead on the
She's got to drive those knees up, chest up.
Oh! Doesn't get it, but she has done enough work to establish the lead. We'll see if she can outdistance Whitney Capalucci, who now has 190 pounds overhead and gets 1 rep. If she can stay focused and get 3 here, that will move her ahead of Colleen Marr. So she has 2, and they're tied for first place in this event.
Tremendous amount of core strength to complete these lifts.
Oh,
and she gets to
it.
Looks like had her elbow go out on her there.
And hopefully that won't set her back as she moves on to event number 3. We haven't even talked about event number 3 because as soon as the 7-minute time cap is up, athletes will have 2 minutes to recover, and then they will jump right into event number 3. And there's Tiffany Hendrickson at 190 pounds. She takes the lead by getting all 3 reps at 190. So there is your current leader in event number 2 for the women's individual competition, Tiffany Hendrickson. Wow, we've seen some big lifts, and hopefully Whitney's arm is okay. She kind of stepped forward as that weight went back.
It's medical treatment. You know, it's a common the sport of Olympic weightlifting. You watch the Olympics, you see elbows go all the time in that received position for the snatch. It's going to be your weak link support-wise for supporting that weight overhead.
And there is our time cap. We are at 7 minutes, so these athletes will have 2 minutes to rest. I say rest, but 2 minutes to recover and get ready for event number 3. Event number 3 is 30 burpee muscle-ups for time. So they will go over to the pull-up rig where we have rings hanging at 82 inches. These women will complete 30 burpee muscle-ups as fast as they possibly can. Of course, Tiffany Hendrickson, that got all 3 reps at 190 pounds, she knows she took first in that event. But as far as the standings on the leaderboard, so how can that? She's not sure where she is now.
Yeah, you know what? On this event, it shouldn't really affect you. You're just hitting the gas pedal from the get-go. Obviously, there's going to be a pace here, but I mean, you're not really concerned with where you're at in the leaderboard going into this workout. You're just trying to do the best you can on this individual event.
So keep an eye on lane number 10, Whitney Capalucci. She tweaked her elbow in that overhead squat event, and we're going to see if it looks like she's coming off of that first burpee muscle up. She's grabbing her elbow. She looks like to be in a lot of pain, which is really too bad because she was really setting herself up in that last event to do well in this competition overall.
Yeah, she needs to get 3 and then get some medical attention and try to continue on in this competition.
Survive the battle another day, and you can just tell that she is in a lot of pain and a lot of frustration because, as you said, if she can't get 2 more in the 7 minutes, her competition is over.
And you know, if it's a serious injury, it might be best to pack it in and start training for next year after that thing's healed. Right now, it's tough to speculate on what that might be.
And 30 burpee muscle-ups for time, the best time of the day, 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And Tiffany Hendrickson being very deliberate on how she ends her burpee muscle-up to make sure those rings aren't swinging around too much. Last thing you want to do is chase a moving target when you jump back up there. So Tiffany Hendrickson on the far right, black shorts, kind of a gray tank top. Colleen Marr, right center of the screen in the blue t-shirt and black tights. and Natalie McLean on the left, white tank top and black tights.
Now you notice some different strategies as they go through here. Some of the athletes are jumping up as high as they can and basically trying to do a strict muscle up from kind of a shortened range of motion, because the requirement is just touch your chest on the ground and then get your arms extended at the top. You do not have to come to a dead hang at the bottom there. So different strategies. Other athletes are jumping up, going back to a complete hang, getting a big kip and going like we just see Becky Cosman do right there. So little different strategies, different strokes for different folks. Key is get up on top of those rings 30 times as fast as you can.
And we are at the 2 minutes and 20-second mark of this workout. There's a 7-minute time cap. Becky Cosman chipping away at her 30 burpee muscle-ups. This is lane number 7, Natalie McLean in the white tank top.
Now she was our event winner in event 1, Jackie. Smallest athlete in the field. I didn't see her numbers on the overhead squats, but wasn't in the top 3 or 4. Now she needs to come back on this workout and do very, very well in order to keep her top placing on the leaderboard.
It looks like she's keeping a careful eye on that clock. We are approaching the 3-minute mark in this workout. We mentioned the time to beat set by Emily Moore in the last heat, 6 minutes 45 seconds. But if you're looking at all of the regionals that have taken place so far this year, the best time on this event was set by Sam Briggs in the European regional. She got 5 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, nobody's going to get that here. You'd have to be going burpee straight up into the muscle up nonstop. Our athletes are a little bit slower pace there. Sam Briggs' effort in the European regional was amazing.
So Tiffany Hendrickson coming into this event after event number 2, we know that she placed first in event number 2. She got 3 reps at 190 pounds, so if she can do well in this event, event number 3, and be at the top of the leaderboard with this event, that's definitely going to help her with her chances coming in tomorrow. There's her coach as he's counting down. It looks like he's managing her work to rest ratio there.
Yeah, Spencer Arnold, their coach there, great Olympic lifting background, been in CrossFit for a while now, but he's keeping her on a pace. They got a certain pace so she doesn't burn out, lets her know when to go, maintains that pace all the way through. It's all about having a game plan and a strategy.
So earlier I thought she was watching the clock. She was actually watching her coach as he's telling her when to go.
He's
Smart
watching
strategy.
the clock for her.
He's watching the clock for her, exactly.
You don't want athletes doing math at a heart rate of 180.
And it looks like Whitney Capalucci, who injured her elbow on that overhead squat event, consulting with the medical personnel here, just trying to determine whether she wants to continue on and try to risk further injury. But it is important that she gets the minimum amount of work requirement done and completed, which is 3 burpee muscle-ups, if she wants to stay in this competition. Becky Cosman in lane number 8, constantly chipping away at those burpee muscle-ups. And it's hard to tell who's in the lead at this point. Tiffany Hendrickson really hasn't slowed down from the get-go. She's in lane number 5, just takes off her shirt, and she's in the light green top and black shorts.
So Hendrickson in 5 and Kozlman in 8 are our leaders right now. And Hendrickson won the overhead squat event. If she can continue on and win this event, that would be an amazing double. 2 very contrasting events that require very different aspects of fitness. That would bode well for her for the rest of this weekend. It would put her in a great position.
And same with Becky Cosman in lane 8. And as you pointed out earlier, Josh, Natalie McLean in lane number 7, she won the first event of the competition earlier this afternoon. So it looks like these are your women that are at the top of the leaderboard, battling it out. And Tiffany Hendrickson in the black shorts just received a no rep because, well, why did she receive the no rep there, Josh?
Looked like she didn't quite get those elbows extended up over the top of the ring. She got to come to full extension to the top of the elbows on top of the rings before you go back down.
Becky Cosman, as she shakes out the shoulders and chops up her hands.
And 14th at last year's CrossFit Games, 41 years old. Just a phenomenal athlete. You know that she has a mental strategy and a game plan for all of these events as well, with all the experience she has in CrossFit.
And in experience in competition in general. She comes from a varied sports background and very experienced when it comes to competition. She said that's probably one of her strengths. Natalie McLean in the white tank top. Lane number 7 wants to make sure that she fully extends those arms, and she's kicking to try to get up. We're at 7 minutes and 38 seconds, so it doesn't look like any athlete will beat Emily Moore's time of 6 minutes and 45 seconds set earlier. But every rep does count, so even if they don't get all 30 completed in the 7 minutes, they will be assessed a 1 second penalty for every rep left to complete out of the 30 burpee muscle-ups. And there is your time cap. So we did not have an athlete complete the workout, although from the looks of the body language from Tiffany Hendrickson, it looks like she was close.
Excellent effort. Still has a smile on her face even after those 2 brutal events. Looks like Hendrickson was our heat winner.
And Tiffany Hendrickson taking a deep breath. So they're just going to confirm things with the judges, sign their time card, and then the judges are going to put those scores into the computer. Let's go down to the competition floor. Clay Dahlman is standing by with our winner.
Tiffany, amazing performance in both of the events. You got 26 burpee muscle-ups, and the squats even more impressive with the overhead squats, 190 by 3. Tell us about that effort.
Well, I really enjoy overhead squats. So it was a moment to just kind of get my emotions under control and let myself have the success that I knew I could have. So it felt good to hit it, you know, ride that wave.
Excellent. And on burpee muscle-ups, was it tired after the overhead squats?
Yeah, overhead squats, you get your elbows a little bit and your triceps, so I still am that a little bit, trying to relax and get focused. And once I started going, though, it's okay. It's just, I still don't trust that threshold yet, so I'd rather be a little more conservative, because once you start getting no reps, it kind of gets discouraging. So maybe held back a little bit more, but I'd rather kind of play that safe.
Very good, climbing way up the leaderboard with those 2 efforts. Congratulations with the rest of the game, and good luck.
Thanks so much.
And back to you, Justin, over at the desk.
Thanks, Clay, and congratulations to Tiffany Hendrickson.